guys, welcome back to Pink Vanity and I hope you're all doing well. We all know about the rise and fall of Jet Airways and congratulations to all you job aspirants because Jet Airways is reviving and they will soon start hiring. I have been to the Jet Airways interview in the year 2018 in May before it declared bankruptcy. I cracked the interview and got hired, though I could not work with the company. So I have all the tips and tricks up my sleeve which can help you and increase your chances of getting hired by Jet Airways. And at the end of the video, I have one extra bonus tip that is definitely going to up your chances to get hired. So if you want to know what that one tip is along with my experience in Jet Airways, then please continue watching the entire video. I had cracked the Jet Airways interview in 2018, but the first time I gave the interview was in 2014. So over the years, I've learned from trial and error a lot of tips and tricks that I have up my sleeve, and I'm sure it can help you to get hired by Jet Airways. So if you want to know all the tips and tricks that I have, plus that one bonus tip that I will give you at the end of the video, then please stick around and watch till the end. So let's start with the requirements and the eligibility criteria for you to appear for the interview. The age requirement for freshers is between 18 and 27 years. However, if you are an experienced cabin crew, it goes without saying that this does not count. Minimum height requirement for men is 173 centimeters and for women is 157 centimeters. And the weight requirement is in proportion to the height. That is, your BMI should be between 18 to 22 for women and between 18 to 25 for men. The physical configuration of applicant, that is, the person should be having pleasing personality, clear complexion, free of marks, pimples and blemishes, and good vision, and applicants should be medically fit. Language skills is you should have excellent command over the language of English and Hindi, but other languages are also an additional benefit for you. Your marital status should be unmarried if you are a fresher, and married for experience is also acceptable. And the nationality should be Indian. You should be eligible to have an Indian passport. The interactive skills should be applicant should have the presence of mind, excellent communication and good interpersonal skills. So people who want to attend the interview should have a valid Indian passport or should have applied for a valid Indian passport. The mandatory documentation, you must have a PAN card and Aadhaar card and willing to pay a training cost of 50,000 applicable to all selected candidates of Jet Airways. That is, once you are told that you are hired and you go for your training, which is in Bombay. Now all of this is according to the requirements till the 2018, and I am not sure whether they are going to follow the same procedure right now when they start hiring, but this is to the best of my knowledge that they will definitely be keeping the standards that they had maintained for so many years while they were operating. So according to the requirements, I had met all of them and hence I was hired, and now I will be explaining to you all the rounds step by step. So the first step is you have to reach the venue by 9 a.m. The interviews were usually scheduled at 9 a.m. but I would suggest you to be there at least 1 or 2 hours prior to the scheduled time, because there will be a lot of candidates, and since there was a halt in all the interviews for the past 1 year and since the time Jet Airways has shut down, I would suggest that 2 to 3 hours should be kept in hand and you should reach there way before time. Please do your makeup at home like I always say, because it's not a good idea to go there and then be in the mess and crowd and then get ready for your interview, because that just increases your tension and it doesn't let you be calm before the interview, which is very needed. The first round is CV submission, and you need to have a very well made CV. Mention your education and qualification, your contact number, and if you have any special skills and work experience. Also paste a passport size photograph in formal attire on the top right corner or top left corner of your CV, because it makes your CV stand out. You will not believe me, I have seen candidates who've presented CVs handwritten and of course they've gotten rejected. So please don't do that. Please be prepared with this. Carry extra copies of photographs, you might require it. Carry a pen and also have scanned copies of all your documents. That is very, very necessary. After the first round, you are all taken in a group into a room where interviewers are divided into one or two each, and they will question you based on your CV. They will also judge you on the first impression. So please make sure, for men, please clean shave and have your hair well made, and for women, please do your makeup properly and please don't have any baby hair, because Jet Airways is a very, very professional airline and they do not like their candidates to look very casual or lousy. So please keep that in mind, and the first impression does make a lot of difference. And I can tell you that since I have been trying to get into Jet Airways since 2014, the very first interview of my life was for Jet Airways, and ever since I had tried. After I lost my job in Indigo, I tried in Jet Airways again, and finally after 4 years I got into Jet Airways. So after a lot of trial and error, I can tell you the first impression that you make is very, very important. So please make sure that your skin is clear. Start having a healthy diet from now, and also practice makeup if you're not so good in it. So please do all these things before you appear for the interview, because it will happen all of a sudden and you may not get the time to prepare for it. The second round, after you have interacted with the HR, discussing about your CV, maybe if you're a fresher, they might ask you about your educational qualification, your hobbies, who all are there in your family, and what you like to do in your pastime, and whether you had worked somewhere or not. They basically want to see your communication skills and whether you're confident or not. After you clear your first round, you are all taken, you are asked to wait and then fill up a form and keep it with you. Then you're taken to another room where your height and weight is checked. That hardly takes around 30 to 40 seconds probably. They will just take your height and your weight and calculate your BMI. If it comes in the range, then you're good to go for the next round. If not, then you're asked to leave for the day. So please make sure that you don't exceed your BMI range and your height is as required and as the eligibility criteria, because after you go there and if you think that you're less than 173 centimeters for men and one less than 157 for women, you think that you're going to convince them. That is not going to happen. Jet Airways is very, very choosy about their crew, and they will definitely follow the eligibility criteria. So please keep that in mind. After the height and weight round, you are taken to the third round, which is the most important, the GD round. And the Jet Airways GD round is actually very, very famous among the aviation industry in India, because it's one of the toughest and easiest to crack. Why I say so is because there are people who will tell you that it was the easiest round, easier than the PI round, and there are people who will tell you that they have got rejected in the GD round. So it's two versions of the same topic, but I will tell you from my personal experience, they only look for teamwork and confidence. Please don't try to overpower the speaker. Let everybody speak. Respect whoever is speaking at that time. Have good eye contact and imagine that you are actually trying to solve and have a discussion with all the other candidates. Don't try to overpower and show that you are, don't try to be a leader is what I'm trying to say. So please be a team player in this round. That's what they're trying to see. And be well spoken and be calm and have good eye contact. That's how you can clear the GD round, and I can assure you about that. After the GD round, you are asked to wait again, and they will tell you the final list of people who have qualified for the final round, and then you're asked to leave for the day. I think the waiting after the GD round was quite long for me. I had to wait for around 2 hours. I went for my GD round around 4 o'clock and I got to know about the list around 6 o'clock. So around this time, you may start feeling dizzy and you may start feeling hungry, and you may also start to lose hope whether you're going to make it or not. Also, this time is very, very important, because you have to keep your hopes high and keep yourself very motivated, because if they come and see after the waiting of 2 hours that you've lost hope, that's not how they want to see you. They want to see you still having the same energy what you had when you came for the interview. So please keep that in mind. Refresh yourself, have some food, and also refresh your makeup, replenish your makeup. Replenish your makeup and wash your face if you need to for men. I had my interview on a Monday. Then very next day I received an email and also an SMS stating that I am scheduled for a final interview after 2 days and around 12 o'clock. I reached before time and I was very well prepared. I knew they were going to ask me questions regarding my work experience and also what I'm looking ahead for my career. So please be prepared for that. And they also made me read an announcement in Hindi. They wanted to check whether my Hindi pronunciation is proper or not. So for my final interview, I was asked questions from my CV and on my work experience and also asked to read an announcement in Hindi. So if you are somebody whose Hindi is not very fluent, please start practicing spoken Hindi from now on, because they may ask you to randomly speak. They may just give you a topic and ask you to speak about it in Hindi, or they may give you an announcement. So be well prepared if your Hindi is weak. After that, I had to go and meet another HR who was the head of recruiting team, and that person took my personal interview and I had a great one. They basically asked me my hobbies and where I see myself in next 2 years and how I see myself growing in Jet Airways. And why Jet Airways? Why not Indigo? Because at that time I was unemployed. So this is the entire interview process. After you are done with this, you have to wait for an email where they will let you know whether you're selected or not, and you have to go for a medical round. For a medical round, I would like to specify here, I am a person who wears lenses and I have -3 power on both my eyes. So this is something they will ask you and you have to be very honest and you cannot lie about this, because when you go for a medical examinations, the doctor will ask you to come without glasses and without lenses. So please be very honest about it and don't lie. Plus, I had high triglyceride because before my interview I had been in Dubai and I had had a lot of ice creams which increased my triglycerides, and because of that they had asked me to come back after 1 month. So after all of this and after the medical examination, even though the spike in triglyceride was not a huge medical issue according to doctors, Jet Airways wanted a very clean medical report and they saw that there is a spike in triglycerides. That's why they asked me to come back after 1 month after the reports are clear. So please be very careful about this. They will not excuse anybody for this. They want everything to be very perfect, and Jet Airways is very choosy. So please be sure about it. So like I promised to you in the beginning of the video, that one tip that I want to give you which will increase your chances of getting hired by Jet Airways is you should have confidence. Now let me give you a brief idea of what confidence is. Confidence is not that you think there are 2000 candidates and I am the best, I will definitely get the job. Confidence is you have prepared yourself well, you have taken care of your skin, you have worked on yourself, and you know that even if Jet Airways does not hire you, someone else will. Someone else will value your caliber. That is confidence. And if you have this attitude in you, it will reflect in your body language, it will reflect in the way you carry yourself, and that is going to shine. So please practice on this, because this is what helped me when I would go for interviews and think that I have to get selected, that is my goal, I need this job. That did not help me at all. That only brought about nervousness and it made me anxious. But the day I knew that even if they don't take me, I know someone else will hire me for my caliber and for my values, I cracked the interview and I got the job. So this is one tip that I have learned over the years of giving interview in Jet Airways, and I'm sure this is going to help you. If you would like me to address any other issues and you would like me to make any other videos for the upcoming interviews, then please do let me know in the comments box below. Teeth requirements, as one of you had mentioned in my past videos, there are no such teeth requirements. Basically, you should not have any braces, you should not have any gap under the teeth, and it should be clean and well aligned. That's all. There's no specific requirements for teeth. So that's all I have for you in today's video. Bye bye, all the best, and if you crack the interview, please do let me know. I'll be glad to hear how it went and I would be glad to hear your experience. Bye. Okay, now let's talk.